Hello all, Scott Grove here, Dr. Groovy, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Yeah, just opening up a can of worms here again, huh? Yeah. As the title says, yes, back to that old oil crap on your fingerboards on your guitars, or fretboards if you must call them that. Should you or shouldn't you? It depends on you, and it depends on the company you talk to. About the best argument for this that anybody ever has is, well, I'm going to trust Martin because, they know better than you. Well, Martin will tell you not to do it. It's right on their website. Go there, check it out, especially lemon oil is what they say to totally stay away from. Just go to the Martin website, check it out. And if you go to Gibson, of course, they make tons of junk to dump on your fretboard or your fingerboard. So they will say yes in order to sell it to you. Now we're talking about rosewood and possibly ebony fingerboards here. Maple, nobody seems to care about. And you don't need to care about it. Actually, the truth is, and even, see, Bob Taylor, he'll tell you, yeah, go ahead and dump some stuff on there. Why? Because he sells fretboard conditioner, fingerboard conditioner, whatever. No, you never need to do it in your entire life. Ever do you need to do it. If you feel the need to do it, the only reason to do it would be simply to make it look pretty. Okay? And if you're going to do it, do it maybe once a year and get it on there and get it off there quick. Okay, there's this garbage came in one of my guitar cases. Okay, it's supposedly all natural, whatever, and it will state right on here on the back, yep, dump it on there and leave it on for a few minutes. No. Music stores will generally oil these things up and send them to you so it looks all nice and pretty, and it does look pretty, but it never needs it. And again, if you do, put it lightly on a little towel or something and wipe it on and right back off. It has no business being there. It really has zero. I know you guys like fast fret and all that kind of junk. Use that if you feel the need to, but no oils, especially anything that's derived from food. So olive oils and all that junk. It's food. It's going to break down. It's going to stink. It's going to rot your fretboard out because food rots. The oils from the food rot. And you'll get that moldy white stuff growing on your fingerboard, and that is as true as it gets. So whatever you choose to do to your guitar, do what you will, but do it so sparingly. No, never every string change unless you change your strings every 5 years or so. Otherwise, just don't do it. And again, my channel is not open for your opinions. If you throw an opinion out there, I will erase it, and if I hear another opinion from you, I will block you. Go start your own channel and do your own thing. It's not to be mean, it's just because you don't know what I know. Okay? Thousands of guitars under my belt. I know anybody can own thousands of guitars and make any claims they want to. And I'm one, and I'm going to make the claims because I happen to know this stuff. So let's go through a few things. I have many times, after people say, okay, I've got the guitar you ordered all set up and oiled up on the fretboard or the fingerboard and it's on its way, I say, cancel my order. Unless you live in the Mojave Desert like I do, and I will not buy a guitar. I ask everybody, have it ever been oiled? I don't want it. So they're like, I cleaned it up and oiled it for you. It's like, then keep the damn thing, give me my money back. And that's what I do every time. Let me show you the one thing. It's the only thing you need. And you can use yours however you do it, if you got it in a case or whatever. But, yeah, humidifiers. Okay, that's a hot one there. That's a cool one there. That's cool. but that's all your guitar ever needs. That's all your wood ever needs when the tree is growing up. It is water only on there. Yeah, trees have natural oils in them. You do not need to replenish them. Don't forget, each guitar company spends, depending on if they want to do it naturally or if they want to kiln dry or have a room to dry it, they dry out every piece of wood till there's nothing left in that thing. And that's the way it should remain, except for humidity. That's all you need. You have natural oils in your fingers. They get into your rosewood pores. Ebony never needs it of any kind, so don't even go near an ebony fingerboard with oils. And again, no instrument ever needs oiled. Let's do this. Number one, Gibson's getting ready to do this again. I can't remember what they're going to call it this time, but yeah, back in the day, basically it's the carbon fiber fingerboards is what they're going to go back to again, and they've got a new name for it this time. As Kramer did, this is the best neck ever, and I've got a few of these guys. This is one of the 6-string version Kramers of the Gene Simmons thing, but this fingerboard is called Ebonol, so it's the same type of thing. This is all man-made, you know, aluminum, and the world's greatest nut system going on. Just a 0 fret, a couple ball end guitar strings to keep everything lined up, and by golly, it is the most consistent sounding guitar, even though there's only one pickup in it. The neck is just what it should be, as are graphite, you know, necks and so forth. And fingerboards. Of course, you never have to clean those. Okay, let's get to regular guitars. Okay, people are also talking about, see, you've got so many different oils. No, you don't need any of them. And for the people who like to bring up linseed oil. Linseed oil is not a conditioner. Linseed is, I know they're calling it oil, but it is not. It's actually like nitro or polyurethane. It's a finish. So if you want your fretboard or fingerboard to look like that, you can use linseed oil. It will totally go in there and clog everything up, and then it will look, and you will never be able to get it off there. It will look like this. Okay, this here is a rosewood fingerboard. Why does mine look like that? Because I clear coated it. Okay, Rickenbacker does it. You don't have to mess with anything. Then it feels better too. And remember, oil attracts grime and filth and stuff. And why attract more grime to your fingerboard? Okay, and let's check this out. Another just argument for it. Okay, if you're only going to do this part of the guitar and try to condition it, okay, the top is glossy, the back and the sides are satin, okay, but the inside of the guitar, every bit of it, it's all rosewood on the sides and the back, okay. It's protected by a little bit of satin, so you're okay there. The inside's rosewood too. So why aren't you dumping your oil down inside there, and then doing a centrifuge and conditioning your rosewood? Because you don't think this far into it. So, I mean, that's what you'd be doing if you actually wanted to take care of your guitar, you know, and do it like you're talking about. So if you want this, that was actually ebony, but rosewood, back and sides. Does that make any difference on the sound? No. Real quick, I know I'm just looking for more of you guys to yell, and again, if you do, you're just simply blocked, and I will move on. Check it out. The back of this guitar is leaned flat against my fat belly. Now take it off. It doesn't sound any different The only thing that makes a guitar sound different is the construction. Number one, how deep is it? How deep is your love? And not what kind of wood it's made out of, because every kind of wood top can be thinned out or thickened or whatever to sound like the spruce top that is on this. That's what people generally use as a spruce top. It's all in how it's braced inside, how thin the wood is, if it's got some bottom end going here, some top end going there. Okay? So if you put your hand back here, like some people like to wear it like Johnny Cash, and you rest your arm against the top, you've just killed the tone of the guitar, of course. But some people play that way, but that's where all the bottom end comes from. How about sound holes? There is a difference, and I'm getting ready to do another guitar shortly where I'm actually going to put a, and people have done it before, it's nothing new, but a port, you know, that's about 5 inches deep in the back of a guitar, and it's going to be able to open and close as much as I want it to, so I can get a lot more bottom end out of here. So it's almost going to touch the top, almost, but you're just putting a port in it, just like a bass bin or a sub, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to do the same thing to the sound hole, you know, just they already make those for them anyway, and you can actually adjust how much high end and how much low end do you want, because you're getting the back bass reflex thing by opening it up, so you can open and close each one and do it, you know, to make your guitar sound like you want. Okay, so you get into things like Taylor guitars. They are known for being very tinny sounding, and they are, and they're just as thick as the other ones, but the tops are so much thinner and braced differently that they are known for just being a tinny ass guitar until you plug them in. Because all of the fancy woods that they'll use here, this is just Mexican coco bolo. This is the sap wood, so yeah, they have to dry that, because that was just like it sounds, it's sap. So they had to dry it. Same here on the sides. Yeah, this will cost you $6,000, you know, because you got pretty little inlays and all that. Even the cocobolo and sapwood strap. But okay, of course, ebony everything. Ebony back here. Do you want to do that ebony or the rosewood with the oils and all that stuff? No, as long as you keep it properly humidified, that's all you need. Again, if you play your guitar, finger oil has more than your guitar will ever need in it. Do you ever need to set your guitar in front of speakers to let it, the soundboard go back and forth in order to age properly? No. It will just do that on its own. An acoustic guitar will sound its worst the day it's made. And time is the only thing that will age it, not having it sitting in there in front of your speakers going boom, 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 and making your soundboard resonate. So, it's all in the build again, kids. Dr. Chill has told you this before. The bigger the body doesn't necessarily mean the bigger the bass. Lots of handmade guitars, unlike this, even though they charge you a fortune for that. If you get a, you know, like my buddy Terry Bart that comes over, he got a guy up in where he usually lives in Jackson, Wyoming, Jackson Hole, and he's got a guitar about half this size that will blow this one out of the water volume-wise. Any guitar I have volume-wise and tone-wise and bass-wise that is like a half-size looking guitar. Why? Because the old dude that makes them one by one and only does 1 or 2 a year because it takes that long, charges a fortune for them, and he should. And it's just all in the build. It doesn't, you know, Taylor will say, and he says it on his site, yep, you're just get a body with a, you know, bigger body. It's like they don't make much bigger than this. Even their jumbos don't have any high end. So Bob Taylor's not extremely brilliant, but hey, Same as Paul Reed Smith and so forth. It's like, yeah, they're famous people, but their ideas are pretty whacked. I know I'm going to trust them more than anybody. Well, don't forget Martin's been around longer, and Gibson's been around maybe longer than that. Who knows? But the people that originally started those companies are long dead, so they have way different values than they used to. So don't trust Martin and don't trust Gibson or anybody just because they said so, because nobody that works there was around when those guitars were designed and when the famous stuff comes from it. So it doesn't matter if you have here's an Engelmann spruce top. Some people will say not to use that, use Sitka spruce only, and no other type of wood. Man, you can make any wood sound like any other wood. So everything here, on the back, on the sides, it could be made out of anything. Make it out of basswood and put a laminate on there. It'll just change the looks, but it won't change the sound. Okay, so again, it's about the build. Real quick, here's the Rain Song, totally carbon fiber. There's the back that you're used to, that carbon fiber, and yes, need your fiber so you'll be regular. And carbon fiber there, carbon fiber, everything except for the tuners. No bracing anywhere. The guitar is light as can be. Here's doing the same as the Martin, but there's no bracing at all. The entire top vibrates like crazy. To worry about taking this one out in the sun and leaving it in your trunk and then taking it out at the ski lodge when you get to the top. It's never going to have a problem. The Martin I showed you a minute ago, when it first came to my house, within the first 12 hours it was here, it split right down the middle. Bang! Why? Because it took a dry ride over here in the desert. And it simply got too dry before it got here. And no, that wasn't the fingerboard. That was the body. And they sent it over here without any kind of humidifier going on. Nothing in the case with it. Great case or anything, but yeah, this one split right down the middle, and they had me send it to somebody else in Nevada who was a dumbass. And there was a great big line down the middle where they glued it and tried to put a finish over it, and it looked horrible. And sent it back to Martin. They put a completely new top on it. They tried to give me another guitar that cost $1,000 more, but this is the one I wanted at the store. I would have bought the one that cost $1,000 more if I had wanted it. This was the better guitar. Now it's 75% of the guitar that it was. It's just got a different. It's different now. Acoustics are all different. So Martin, up until about 1940, that's why the pre-World War II Martins are so desirable, because they were all each individually braced, and each guitar was tuned. The actual wood, the guitar period, was individually tuned and to sound exactly right in every possible way. And then after the war, yeah, it's just like everything else today. Most of it's pre-manufactured, bent with a lathe and blah blah blah, or machine done. So even though part of it is bound with big ties and rubber bands and what have you, there's not a lot of hands-on stuff anymore with anybody, unless you find a good old person who can actually, he don't have to be old, just somebody actually knows how to build a guitar. Okay, I'm going to go to this just because it's one of the few instruments around here this way that has zero finish, not even satin. So there you go. See what one I know this is got to be the Cocobolo, yes. But you have zero finish on this thing. I mean, they're open pores, not open sores. We don't got to go to the clinic. So, we still got rosewood here though. No, you don't do anything to this. You just humidify it. It's great. That's why you use these out in Hawaii. Perfect conditions for this. Yeah, just let the water get in there like it's supposed to. Again, don't ever take oil because it needs to and dry it out or spread it all over the finish, because by most people's logic that think oil needs to be here, you would have to put it on the entire guitar at least once a year and on the insides and whoosh it around and then dump it. And then how do you get in there to wipe it off real quick? You don't. So please use your heads. I know you guys are going to believe what you believe, and that's fine. But again, do not leave comments that are negative of any kind or trying to tell other people your ideas. You can do that on your own channel. The dirty old Strat. Places where the finish is missing, like the entire back of the neck has no finish on it. This thing was played beyond infinity and back. Do I need to oil that? Nope, back of my hand does that just fine. How about back here where the finish is missing right here? How about all this? Do I need to hurry up and grab my oil and get it in there to that alder? And there's a place back here. Oh, got it there. Got to get some on that wood too. It's bare wood. Better dump it in there. Oh my God, what do? Couple screw holes up here at the top. Say you had a Floyd Rose or whatever, or a Kaler, I guess it would be. Up here, you better dump some down there too, and make sure you get some inside the neck so it'll be nice and saturated with oil so it won't break. No, kids. Again, doesn't matter. Rosewood, front, back, sides. Those, again, do not affect the sound of the guitar at all. The depth does. The top does, only in the way it's built, not what kind of wood it is. So that can be maple, that can be rosewood, that can be anything that'll hold the guitar together, and it's just a matter of how thin you cut it or whatever to make it sound correct. I heard something twang behind me. That's the Strat up against the BC Rich acoustic. But it's just how they brace it, how they cut the wood. Again, like Uncle Chill or Dr. Chill will tell you, it's all in how you build it. Okay, so no, all the other wood parts would need oil too if the fingerboard or fretwood needed oil. Again, all you need is a humidifier. Nothing else ever for your guitars. They don't need them. You'll go to Groov's Guitars, most famous company in the United States anyway, and see 1959 Les Pauls and many $250,000 guitars and more, all hanging from these exact same kind of hangers. People are asking me, is it good to hang them like that? The best hangers in the world are those, and they're in every high-end guitar place around, so they'll leave those multi-hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of guitars hanging on these year round, 10, 15, 20, 30 years before somebody has the money to buy them. And are they going to get up there and condition them? Nope. Most of that stuff will destroy your finish too, especially furniture polish will ruin your finish, especially if you're using nitro. It'll kill it. So know what you're doing. Think it through. Again, if an acoustic anything, or if that's the best way to describe it. Here's another one with no finish on it. That's not the same one. That one's up there. Again, totally open poured. You would have to oil this entire instrument if you need to oil this in order to keep it from cracking. No, by cracking. That's why they have guitar case humidifiers. That's why they have these humidifiers. Dehumidifiers for people who are over humidified. From the sky, again, when the wood is growing, these trees are growing, it pours out rain. So yes, you can use spit. I've told you this before. Enzymes to clean your stuff with. Get it off there quick with a wet rag. A damp cloth will do you all you need plus more. Okay, so don't leave. Same thing, if you are a person that has to put oil in there for whatever you believe, and you use water, I use water on everything, and it's off, bang, on there and off there as quick as it can be. It's just there to clean it, not condition it, because they don't need conditioned. Shampoo, but not conditioner. Okay, so if you're going to oil it, do it once every couple of years and do it real quick and on and off. And again, do not use any oils that are derived from food products, because it will spoil, it will rot your fretboard, your fingerboard, whatever you want to call it, and it will mold. Again, lemon oil. Go to the Martin site again. Cause your frets to get all corroded and lift and pull out and all that stuff. Go to Gibson. They have special, again, Gibson polish, tone polish. Different ones. If you want more high end out of your guitar, they have a guitar polish. This is, swear to God, that you can buy now, and you put it on your guitar and you'll get more high end out of your guitar. Or you could add bass to it with their bass acoustic guitar polish. And put, it's not for a bass guitar. They might have that now, but they honestly have tone polish. So Gibson will sell you anything just to sell it to you, as will most people. But Martin's actually pretty upfront. So go check it out. It's one sentence. Again, Dr. Groovy, I have to work on some acoustics today, so I'll throw a few videos up, but I know, again, that I will get to block, a good 200-300 people just from this, because you won't follow directions. Again, if you don't like my videos, I do them strictly to try to be nice to y'all, and I'm not here to yell at you. It just is my personality to do so, it seems like. People take it that I'm mean. I'm not a mean person. I'm a nice person. I just get frustrated. Not that everybody won't see it my way, but that I do know better than most of you, just through years and years and years and decades of travel, hard travel, beating the heck out of these things. Other people do the exact same thing. Yeah, they do hard travel, beat the heck out of these things, and they oil the heck out of everything, and they get the results they get. So go with what you want to go with. Take your own chances. Of course, I've never had trouble, because it's a tree, kids. It's dead. It doesn't need to breathe. If you take the finish off the front of your electric guitar, it's not going to sound any different than it did when it had a polyurethane finish that was 4 inches thick on each side. So again, an acrylic guitar or a wood guitar made out of any kind of wood, or now a cardboard guitar, or nothing, it's not going to sound any different. You guys be groovy, and again, keep that oil away if you can force yourself to do so. Otherwise, I want to see you dumping it on your body anywhere there's a chip, not on your own body, and oil up. I don't want to see that. But yeah, anywhere there's a chip in your finish, you should have been doing that all along, and you should be dumping it inside of your guitars if you believe that something needs that kind of conditioning. I have never seen anybody dumping oil in there, or with a rag putting oil on their acoustic instruments that have zero finish on them. They sure put them on the fingerboards though. Makes no sense to me. You guys be groovy, and don't oil up.